Yes, guys, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. This is a brand new video. It's another Liverpool debate, and I've got some great guests on. And we're going to chop this up, guys. And some of the guests I've got on today, tremendous people, good friends. I think you're going to enjoy this today, guys. First off, I'm going to bring on, he's the Scouser in our team. Mr. Jack Mack, as you know, guys, the one and only. How you doing, Jack?
Not too bad, mate. Thank you very much for having me on, mate. As a good mate of mine, and can't wait to speak to the lads on a cracking show, mate, and stuff.
Very welcome, very welcome. And next, this guy, I've known Monts for a little bit now. This guy's brilliant. He's been hitting it up massively on Big Six Pants at the moment. Subscribers going through the roof. 2K, you'll probably be here in 2 weeks. So let's get Monts on as well. Big up, Monts.
Absolutely, bro. Thanks for having me.
No worries, no worries. And the next person needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. A lot of people said he's me and him are going to be the team that beat the Usos eventually for them tag team titles. He is the one, the only Hugo the Savage.
Hey, I didn't see you there. You know, like that. Come on, Chopper Brothers from me to you. You know the vibes.
Yes.
How's everyone doing?
Good, man. Vibes,
Sweet,
vibes,
man.
vibes.
Man United tears. It's always a good day. You know what I mean?
Good.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Excellent. So this is going to be, we're going to all sit around talking about Mo Salah, his contract situation, the next big things for Liverpool this summer, things coming up, all the good stuff. But before we get on with that, I just need to tell everybody I've now got another new membership on the page as well. So, guys, this membership now gives you, so you had the original membership, now you got Legends membership. And if you want to become a Legend member, if you become a Legend member, you will get member only videos and member only call-in shows, because I know a lot of you guys you want to call into the show, but you get a bit nervous because it goes out to so many people. So I thought if we do it for members, then you know everyone here. So the only people that watch it are the members. So that's for you guys. So if you want to join that, go hit the join button, guys, and become a Legend member as well. I'm also now going on Twitch as well, guys. We're on Twitch at the same time as we're doing this on YouTube right now. So if you want to go and follow me on Twitch, I've got the link in the description. I think I've also thrown the link in the live chat as well. So go and follow. There it is, there, right there. There you go. Go and follow me on the Twitch, guys. What's going on here? There we go. So go and follow me over there as well, guys. Much appreciated. But guys, let's kick it off. Let's talk about. There's only one place to start, ain't there? There's only one place to start, guys, ain't there? Only one place to start, and that's Harvey Elliott. Now, so Harvey Elliott has been given the number 19 shirt. I just want to talk about Harvey Elliott quickly. So Harvey Elliott's been given a number 19 shirt. I don't know what that might mean. Obviously, his numbers come down. He's been talking about it. Jack, do you think with that new number change, do you think we're going to see a lot more Harvey Elliott in the first team next season?
Yeah, hopefully. It started off last season, we all know, before he got injured. I think he started like the first 3-4 games. Yeah, I think we're all hoping so. Hopefully he has the desired impact. Obviously, a lot of us have spoke about obviously bringing a midfielder in, 1 or 2 this summer. If it doesn't happen, I'm pretty sure Jurgen Klopp's going to be getting the best out of Harvey Elliott. He's probably I've done a show before, mate. It was, for me, I don't know how you lads feel in chat. If there was one player that you could pick to have like probably one of the best seasons, I'd love it to be Harvey, really, for him to step up and rise to the occasion and really thrust the first team spot, make it his own, really. And still, he's a young lad, but he's got that in-game intelligence, really. He doesn't look out of place. And the combination play, we'll speak about Salah at the minute, but those two, the understanding, the elite level understanding, it's already there. And hopefully that bodes well for the future seasons to come with.
Yeah, exactly. So, Monts, how do you feel about? And we talk about squad numbers a bit. I know a lot of people got irate when Darwin Núñez got Rigi's number and not the number 9. For me, I'm not really bothered about squad numbers, but it's just interesting that his squad numbers come down a little bit. So do you see him being more of a first team player next season yourself?
I'd like him to be. I'd like him to see it get a bit more of Curtis Jones's minutes, if you ask me. And that's no shade on Curtis. I think I think the minutes he gets aren't that bad. I think he actually gets a decent amount of game time when you actually really dissect it a little bit. But not really fussed about the number 19. Not squad numbers for me. That it's never really been a massive interest. I'll be honest. Maybe the only time I maybe had a little bit of a side there was when Naby got the number 8. That obviously was the only time I really thought, hold on a minute. Do you know what I mean? That's a big, that's some serious weight on your shoulders. But apart from that, it's not really an issue to me. I'm just more glad that the club is still celebrating him, even for the little bits of the celebrations. And hopefully, again, I know preseason, Harvey's going to see a lot of game time in preseason. And I think that'll be another opportunity for him to showcase himself, to have really gotten over that ankle injury, because I think we can all see that he slowed down on the comeback. Obviously, he got the goal against Cardiff, but he's back now, and hopefully he can hard reset. Do you know what I mean? Hard reset, and he goes back to the Harvey twisting guys inside out rather than receiving the ball and just passing it backwards, because he's a bit obviously because of the injury.
Yeah, exactly. Savage, you and me have spoken about squad numbers. It don't really bother us, but he's still going for that fly. That fly is messed up when he finds it. He's going to miss the
lines, man, and he can't get out.
You need some chopsticks, Mr. Miyagi, the thing.
Yeah. When it comes to Harvey, I kind of echo what Mon said. To be honest, the squad number thing doesn't really mean too much nowadays. I think the way football's changed and stuff, it used to correlate to where you was on the pitch, and that's changed from the modern game. I think it changed from like early 2000s, late 2000s kind of time. But I like the way that Harvey is treating it as progress, though. From what he said, he said that the number coming down is getting closer to the lower numbers, which means for him, he sees it as progression, which kind of shows that he's level-headed and he don't want to get too ahead of himself. He feels like he has to earn it. So whether it means anything to us or not, that's nice to hear from him.
Exactly.
And I think the same. I think if he gets the same kind of minutes that Curtis got last season, I think he's a little bit... the way Klopp's got him playing, I think he'll be a bit more exciting and he'll earn more minutes by doing that, because I'm sure he'll get some goals and stuff like that. But yeah, same what Jack said. I'm very excited to see. I want to great stuff for him anyway. To be fair, all of the young ones in our team, with like him, Curtis, Carvalho, and Canate, I'm interested to see what they can do, to be honest. And Ramsey, obviously, I keep forgetting about him, to be fair, but yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do, especially in them cup games. I think if we get the squad right and have apart from Kelleher, like a spine of experience, but not the experience that's going to be in the first team, and then the youngsters around them, I think we can get all the way to at least the semi-finals of all of the trophies, and then move on from there. Especially Carling Cup, League Cup, and FA Cup for the youngsters. I think that's the way to go around keeping everyone's legs and everything like that. So yeah, man, it's exciting.
Yeah, I agree. Just before we keep talking about Harvey, John Conway, big up to you, my friend. He's upgraded. And also Captain Sal as well is upgraded to legend status as well. In the memberships, big up Captain Sal as well. Lovely stuff, guys. Much respect to you guys. With Harvey Elliott, guys, where do you see him playing? What position do you see him playing mostly next season? Now, obviously, when he sort of started, he was like a right kind of sided winger forward. I don't think he's got the pace to play there at the top level. He's got the tricks. He's got the guile. I just think he lacks a bit of pace. And now, obviously, when he came into the team, we saw Klopp put him straight in the middle, did he? Put him in that middle three. So, Jack, where do you see Harvey Elliott ending up playing, especially this season, if the minutes he will play?
This season, as you said there, mate, I think Klopp seen him in that. It was probably the only position where he's put him into the team that had that opportunity. But if we've spoke about already, all of us, every Liverpool fan, we all watched that Champions League in the last 6 months. He needs to develop that defensive side of his game, Elliott, if he is going to be playing on the right-hand midfield three. But that is the area for seeing playing. But depending on, I don't think we'll change formation. He's got that creativeness and the bit in his game ready to play in that number 10 role if needs be. He's got the in-game intelligence for someone that age as well. Now he played for Blackburn as well in the Championship prior to his coming back to full fitness anyway. The season before last, but it would be that right-hand side, the three, but he's got to develop. But that will come with development. But I think he's got to develop that defensive side to his game.
Yeah, exactly. Monch, yourself, where do you see him ending up playing?
First of all, big up the members. I'm seeing the members upgrading like wildfire, man. Big up everyone in the chat, especially the ones upgrading their membership.
Stephen Duffy, big up to Stephen Duffy as well.
Shout out to you lot, man. I feel like for me, I really liked it seeing him a little bit wider than Mo, especially at the start of the season. When I saw him more to the touchline and Mo sort of tucked in a little bit. So even though on formation, on paper, it was Harvey right centre mid and Salah right wing. When we were in possession and we were sort of suffocating teams in their own half, Salah would come in almost as the left forward / striker, and then Harvey would be wide right, and then Trent would tuck in almost as the midfield, and then Hendo would come in behind as the cover. And that there was really working. And I think when he did get the injury, really did make Klopp have to go, all right, things are going to have to, go back to maybe what they were the season before, tweak things. So I'd rather see things go back to that. So you could say maybe that's a right centre mid for Harvey, but in possession, it's right wing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just means that Fab and Hendo are a lot more defensive, especially off the ball. But on the ball, I'd like to see him at that touchline, deep line crosses, and Trent overlapping, more cover. Does Henderson have the legs to do that now anymore, though, is the question. So that's probably that's a weird ass answer that I've given you, but that's kind of...
No, I hear it. No, it's a good one. I mean, when you did see it beginning of last season, Harvey did, he overlapped actually more than what Trent did, to be fair. Trent would come inside. So sort of like Trent would come inside and be his mid where Elliott was meant to be in that midfield area, and then Elliott went out wide where Trent should be. And they played that nice football. They always played nice triangles, I thought. Trent, Elliott and Salah. Savage, what do you feel? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, exactly the same. I think he's going to play right centre mid and right wing. I think he'll be in rotation with whenever Salah comes off the pitch. I think he'll go in that position, and I think if Hendo's not playing, he'll play in that position as well. I quite enjoyed. Was it the Southampton game? Was it when him and Taki played on that side?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. But I think you was doing a watch along and was talking at the time, saying that like it gave us a different dimension. Nothing against Salah, but he's turned quite one dimensional. Like it's predictable, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. But depending on how you play, and like Messi's predictable, sometimes you can't stop it though, innit? Salah's started to be like his one-on-ones weren't working as well, and Harvey was going to the byline, trying to cross it in, overlaps, and I really liked it. So I think that's the position he will play, and by doing that, having them two positions, obviously Salah, as much as we're going to want him to have rest and stuff like that, you know what Salah's like. So the games when he will come off, it will probably be with like 15 minutes left, 20 minutes, unless we're battering the team. And if that happens, I'm sure Harvey will go in that position. But the position with Hendo's spot, he might, who knows, man, he might just end up taking that position anyway. The way last season started, I think Hendo had a little injury and Keita wasn't in the squad at the beginning. He was playing and he got injured. And I think if he didn't get injured, he would have carried on playing. His confidence would have built. And then we wouldn't have got like we're seeing him in, I think it was like the Milan game when the one game he didn't seem to be that great and everyone went crazy about it when he just come back from an injury like he's John Cena. Just allow him in it. But I think he'll be... everyone went at him for this one game. It's weird, man. But I think he'll be fine. And I think he'll probably get more minutes than Jones for that reason because of them two positions. I think that's the centre mid part on the other side. I think that's kind of taken. I think Carvalho might have that spot in rotation as well. So, yes, nice to see him, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Harvey Elliott play next season because, let's face it, he started the season really well. He started the season really well. I was actually shocked when he started the season. That's how much faith Klopp had in him. And, he came in and he was doing bits. Obviously, the injury is horrendous. I mean, it's just an awful injury. I mean, he's come back from that. He's going to be a better, stronger kid. And like, I think who says it here? Who says it here? Who's got it here? Yeah, psychedelic scientist. Mane and Babel had the 19 shirt. Yeah, I think Harvey was talking about that today, weren't he? He was saying that he had the 19 Liverpool shirt when Mane first had it, didn't he? So, yeah, that's so. What I like is that Harvey's talking it up. He thinks it's an improvement, and he's all about it. And if he thinks it's an improvement, and
Yeah.
that's all you need to hear, ain't it? And I like it. I like it when players come out and say that they're truthful about it. You know, Harvey's got a bit more for it because, you know, Liverpool's actually his club. He's a supporter like we all are, so it means more to him. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I can't wait to see him. I really can't. Big up, Chris. Chris, hope you're doing well. Chris, I watched your video earlier. Good video, my man. Good video. But I realised who you look like today. You look like Jimmy Carr. I realised it today. I was watching. If no one knows Chris, go and watch Chris. Go and subscribe to Chris, guys. He's a great guy. If you like your darts, he's a county dart player, by the way, and he's beaten some professionals on the PDC circuit. He's a proper good dart player. So yeah. He'll smash you up in darts, guys. Don't play him. He knows his stuff and he knows his Formula One as well. He's a Liverpool fan as well. So go and check him out. But I was watching his video today and I was like, he just looks like Jimmy Carr. It just came to my go and check him out, guys. He looks like I love Chris. Chris is a great guy. He's got the best laugh as well. Isn't he? Is it a Spanish fly? Jesus Christ! That fly would
You
take
gotta stop. I'm not sliding, bro. I'm not. He gets me every time, man.
Jack can do the Yericals. Go on, Jack.
Yeah, of course.
There you go.
Or the
yeah, he's on Savage's case every single day. I'll tell you. Is Salah's contract now 350k plus that? We'll get to that, Chris. Let's talk about the man. Let's talk about the legend that is Mo Salah. Where is he? There he is. There's the legend right there. Let's talk about him. So he signed up till 2025. Apparently a contract of 350 grand a week, which is basic. It's just base salary. Add-ons apparently can take you to 400 to 500 grand a week. Depends what person you talk to in the street.
He deserves every penny.
He certainly does. And so we've been going for it. What is it? 12 months now. We've all been talking about it. We've all done. Everyone who's got a YouTube channel has done countless Mo Salah contract videos. Look, it was good for your algorithm and views. I'm not going to lie, but we all did it. And now he's finally signed this deal, and he actually wants to stay at the football club. And is this the first world-class player? I'm not going to include Stevie in this because Stevie's a Liverpool boy, so I'm not going to include him in this. But is Mo Salah the first world-class player that we have kept and renewed a contract when he gets to 30 years of age, Jack?
Yeah, I'd say because Suarez left, Alonso left, Mascherano left,
Coutinho left,
Casino, yeah. So probably, yeah, you're right there, Jay.
Left and joined the Pagans, yep.
I'm happy he signed the thing anyway, boys. We've all been, last 12 months, just one thing we've all said, get that contract signed, because he would have went anywhere in Europe and you would have offered him 400, 500 grand a week.
Yeah.
Like, if it was City, you would have offered him that. But I'm just happy and hoping if he does end his career, boys, he will go down as one of Liverpool's greatest ever attacking players.
I was gonna say if there was like if the market was a bit more saturated with gifted, strikers and forwards, then maybe I would have been more open to letting him go. But the market, there just ain't much in the market in terms of class strikers at the moment. And the two that you definitely go, yeah, they can replace him with age and output is Mbappe and Haaland. Mbappe signs a new contract and Haaland's gone to City. So who else out there is going to replicate his output and give us a bit more longevity? No one. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, great. Savage.
Listen, I might be in the minority, man, but I've been quite just chilled out about this thing from way back. I just wanted it over and done with. I don't like Liverpool's business being played out in the press, and that this is if rival fans don't show up, and the press, all these journalists are trying to get their clicks and stuff. And it's done, and it's not my money. I don't even care. I don't care. I think everyone was worried about FSG's pockets too much. They got the money. Yeah, I mean, they got to sort it.
You know, I would say that, I don't know if Jamie saw me say this. I'm not sure, but how many elite seasons did Torres give us?
2.
How many elite seasons did Suarez give us? Luis Suarez,
2.
the great.
2.
How many elite seasons has Salah given us?
5.
Need I say more?
Yeah, exactly.
It's right,
no,
man.
you're right.
It's right. Honestly, like, I've had to, over the last few weeks, I kind of got to the point of just, if he's going to sign, he's going to sign. If he's not, he's not. But the whole time I kind of thought he's going to be here this season anyway. The thing what's bothering me more than anything is just people going on about like his physical shape and all this business and his age. I'm like, bro, this geezer he's hardly ever injured. He's in better shape than most geezers anyway. And I mean, football's changed, man. The science has changed behind it, man. Like,
man can play. Savage, man. Bro, there are man. I've just said Salah's had 5 elite seasons. There are men out there who can't even stay fit for 5 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
there are men out there.
Facts, man.
There's men out there who can't stay fit for half a season.
So literally, certain people, as I said, luckily this is a Liverpool-based community, so there aren't too many ops in the chat. But there's certain ops, certain people's goats do not have 5 elite seasons in their back pocket. Not even for multiple clubs. Talking about one. You know what I mean?
Man.
So, as I said, anyone talking on Salah and his 5 elite seasons, mind your business. You're on Liverpool fans, mind your business.
5 season wonder boys, innit? So
yeah, listen, sports science is what I was doing in my personal life, and trust me, with the way we analyze people, it's fine, man. Because Salah he goes above and beyond what is asked of him at the club. So everyone does structurally what's asked of the club, and then he does other stuff on top of that, with his yoga and all that business. And trust me, that helps a lot, man.
Is he one golden boot off of the great Thierry Henry?
I believe he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
right.
I think if I'm correct, he'll be Liverpool's all-time Prem goal scorer by next season. It's 10 behind Fowler, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 10 behind Fowler. He could fit, I think he's 26 goals away from being our 5th highest ever goal scorer, which he could get by the end of next season.
Isn't he the second most in one season with 44 behind King Kenny?
Yeah, saying that.
Now he's signed.
Kenny's got 47.
Dangerous.
And they played, and when Kenny was playing ball, they played 42 games in the season.
Yeah,
those times, right? It's so
it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. Now he's signed. We're gonna get head down tunnel vision, Salah. No worries, because we ain't got nothing to worry about.
Do you know what? Sorry, guys, and I'm going off on one. Do you know what pisses me
off?
Go for it. People go on like what this man is doing is normal. It's not normal what he's doing. This is so far from normal what this man is doing, and people just go, "Yeah, but he don't look that great on the eye." Yeah, but it's when it comes to dribbling, I mean, I like a little bit more Sadio Mane. I mean, you can't 40 GA. This is what Messi this is half of what Messi and Ronaldo were doing.
Yeah,
Understand it. Them man done it for 10 plus years. Salah's doing it for 5 seasons running. People don't do this. This doesn't happen.
Nope. No,
it's mad. Disrespect is mad. It's crazy.
Salah's always been underappreciated, and I, as a whole in football, I think he's underappreciated. Always has been. I don't know why, because I can guarantee you right now, if he did this at Real Madrid or Man United, he'd probably got a Ballon d'Or by now. He probably would have got a Ballon d'Or, but because he's doing it at our club, he just
I don't man.
Yeah, he don't get what the credit he deserves. I mean, Harry Kane's a tremendous footballer. Yeah? There's no doubt about it. And by the way, the media makers know that he's a tremendous footballer at the same time. Jesus Christ! But I think he's only outscored Mo once since Mo's been in the Premier League. Since Mo's been in the Premier League, I think he's only outscored him once. It's just, it gets a bit silly. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. When he's called a completely selfish footballer, people still going about it now. He's too selfish. He's too self. The man had the most assists last season.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else wait. Who else did they say was selfish? By the way, who else did they say is selfish?
Go on.
A
They say
certain
all of
Ronaldo. The greatest goal scorer, not the greatest player, the greatest goal scorer the world has ever seen. They call him selfish. So
Yeah.
carry on, Salah, by all means, carry on. Carry on.
I'm happy in being selfish, but
listen, everyone else should be a bit grateful that Salah's a bit selfish because otherwise it's curtains for everyone.
yeah,
It's curtains
exactly.
for everyone. Some of the chances he misses and that on top of what he already scores, bro. The amount his assist last season, in particular, was not regular assists, bro. None of them were.
The Watford one and the City one. For me,
I think he done the outside of the foot pass about 3 times, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually quite ridiculous, and it was the first time this season I've seen the LFC fan base being disrespectful of Salah. Normally, everyone's backing him, but all of a sudden, FSG's money is their money and all this, and they've got problems. It's very weird.
It's mad how like social
even
media just flips on its head.
Oh, bro, and even with the lazy journalism of journalists and people trying to be journalists, because the narrative is just he's been trashed since January. I'm like, but he didn't really play in January, did he? So it's not since January. And if you go back and watch the seasons, he was fine in February. Just because he wasn't scoring as many goals, he was still fine. He was banging bare assists and that. Maybe late March he started to like not play as good. All right.
It's recency bias. People expect when Salah's scoring 20 odd goals in 17 games, people expect like that is Salah in form. So obviously when there's going to be some sort of a drop off, which there was, and there was that obviously that 2-month period where he wasn't very good, but Salah's not very good. It's everyone else's. Actually, they play quite well today. That's what people don't understand.
Bang on.
And he got about 8 goals and like 5 assists in his, and this was his when he couldn't control the ball bad, when he was that bad. And certain guys didn't get that all season.
Yeah.
Certain dinner ladies, MBEs, I won't say names, didn't get that all season. Certain people 75 million signing didn't get that all season. Certain people's 100 million signing coming from Inter Milan didn't get that all season. Another 100 million signing that went to the blue side of Manchester didn't get that all season. But I won't say any names. I'll let you guys
no context when it comes to Salah. Salah has no context behind anything with Salah. I heard man in the season talking about, and I actually like Pogba, but I heard him talking about, Pogba's assist, he's still done well for us. I'm like, yeah, but all them assists came in like 3 games in the first 10 and then didn't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. That's so true. It's so true. Right, before we get going, I'm going to get Monster to do this because he's really good at it. But Monster, we've got 100 people liking, only 50 likes, mate. I'll let you do it. Go for it.
Wait, you got how many people in it? 100?
There's 100 people watching right now.
All right, cool. So I'm seeing right now 100 people in the chat, and I'm seeing 49 likes. Look at me. 49 likes. Now, half of you guys are subscribed to my channel. So what I hold you lot accountable for, I'm going to hold you lot accountable for the other channels as well. So don't think you lot can like up my thing and then not like up his. You know what I'm saying? This guy's doing great work. The time he's putting out for you guys, the stuff he's got going on. Listen, the like button is free. It's probably down there somewhere. Just click the like button. I want to see at least 25 likes right now. Just a like. No, seriously. Come on, guys.
He's done it. It's worked. Look at that.
Yeah, we're on 67. Come on, everyone. Come on.
There you go.
My
dog Davey, y'all can't mess with him.
There you go. That's what I love about Monts. He's you have to put him on the payroll. Ravi, big up to you. Yo, the up the Fab Four, not the Beatles. Yeah. Although the Beatles are the best. JT, thoughts on Haaland saying on Insta Live that Mane is the best African player right now? He's going to, ain't he? He's going to, ain't he? Yeah, well, Haaland can say whatever he wants, He can say whatever he wants to lurch. Right, Gucci Wald. Is that his nickname from now on, Gucci Wald? Because I know the photo, everyone noticed he was wearing Gucci trainers, weren't they? So is that his name now, Gucci Wald? By the way, let's have a look. Let's have a chat about Waldy for a second, because when we heard Michael Edwards was leaving, he was stepping down from his post. We was all a bit concerned because we had Damien. What's his name? Damien. Who was before Edwards? What's his
David
name?
Kamoli.
David Kamoli. Yeah. Who bought people like let's not go through it. Let's not depress ourselves. But so Michael Edwards came along, and look at the man was great. He was the best in the business. He was the best in the Premier League. Rival teams were jealous because the business he could counter. So we was all a bit worried as Liverpool fans, rightly so. How seamless has this been? How seamless as a takeover has this been? You look at Man United. They, it's absolutely terrible at the moment. They got their I can't remember their name of their bloke now, but he's out there in Spain having interviews in pubs, ain't he? He's having interviews in pubs, giving press conferences in IB for bars, about the players they're looking at. It's a mess over there. And you look at Liverpool, and Julian Ward's just come in. He did 1 year work experience with Michael Edwards, didn't he? Learned the ropes. I think he was part of the Diaz deal as well. And since Edwards has gone, Jack, it's just seamlessly taken over, ain't he? It's not been a problem at all behind the scenes.
Yeah, it just highlights how Liverpool have got it so right, especially with the main man Jurgen Klopp and the scenes behind it. This is where we wanted to been for the last 10 years prior as well. We're run at an elite level, whether that be the manager on the playing field, the kitchen ladies as well, the nutritionists, the sports science and everything. But yeah, no concerns really, because the main man that's leading everything from top to bottom is Jurgen Klopp, and whoever he trusts and he brings in, I think we've all got a lot of faith in. What Jurgen wants, Jurgen gets, and Jurgen delivers. So Wardy, go ahead, son. He can buy Gucci. He can buy whatever he wants for his bed or whatnot. He can splash the cash, especially if he continues buying the good players, in which he has with him and Michael Edwards as well over the last couple of years. The more the merrier, I say.
Yeah, exactly. Savage, your thoughts on the seamless transition behind the scenes?
Listen, I can't even pretend like I've been into all of the Wardy business. I can't even pretend, bro. I know, obviously, I know who everyone is and stuff like that, and I noticed that I wasn't too worried because I knew he was under the tutelage of Michael Edwards first, anyway. But I'm just happy, man. I think he's enjoying himself in his new role as well, which is always good. You know what I mean? People like that want challenges and stuff like that, and it seems like he knows his stuff. So yeah, man, I trust in him, man. He's done nothing to let us down so far. He's done very well, man. When you look at the face values of our signing and stuff and see them all together, I can't remember what video I was watching earlier. I was like, I like this, man. Considering that Diaz came in January as well. I know, but he might not have been all down toward, but still, I like this window, So I think good going forward, man. He seems to know what he's doing. Yeah, man, I trust the experts, bro. Like that, and then I'll just give him a chance to see what happens. But
Mons.
I'm probably the same as you. I don't dive into the information side of the sporting director role too much. Obviously, there was a sweet spot in 2018 where it was obviously Michael Edwards and obviously Buvac was obviously assistant coaching Jurgen. I think that 18-19 sweet spot was very good. Maybe barring maybe the Keita buy, but even at the time we hadn't seen Keita yet properly. So even at the time, all those buyers, as I said, with Buvac alongside Klopp and obviously Michael Edwards dealing with the business, we hit a real sweet spot there. And that was, again, conserving money and bringing in world-class talent at the same time. That suited the system. That got eased in really well. Now, there's always going to be a shift, and football works in cycles. So obviously with Linders, the growing influence of Pep Linders, and obviously Julian Ward coming in, you look at players like Diaz, and we could be hitting that sweet spot again. I think we took a little bit of a dip in 2019, 2020, even though we won the league with obviously only bringing in Vandenberg and then obviously Takumi Minamino in the other window. But now you look and go, well, Julian Ward is probably open to spend a little bit more money. But, we need to understand there probably will be room for mistakes. But right now, not too many mistakes have been made. And obviously, tactically, Pep Linders, he's doing a great job alongside Klopp as well. And hopefully we can keep that going. So
Agreed, mate. Agreed. So, before we move on, guys, I have got a poll up, and basically I put how many goals will Salah score next season. So I've got 15 to 20, 20 to 30, and 30 plus. So at the moment, 95 people have voted on that poll, and 50% is winning with 20 to 30 goals. So
That was my vote.
yeah, I can see him getting between that. I just think he's going to be tremendous next season. Absolutely tremendous. And keep voting on that, guys, and we'll get the results at the end of the video, guys. So talking about the ownership, FSG, I know it's a sore point for a lot of people. I'm not in this all FSG, and in and out stuff anymore. It's just my head in. I'm not really caring about all that. They're our owners. There's nothing we can do about it at the end of the day. But I know a lot of people are down and like, we haven't got a midfielder in, we ain't got this in. You know, the Salah situation at the time was like, why didn't he got a new contract yet? Now, I've always said it myself. I've said it plenty of times on here. When I look at the ownership, if you look at the behind the scenes stuff, so I compare it to another club like Man United. I mean, they're our rivals. They're our direct rivals, no matter what anyone says. And, you know, we're the two biggest clubs in this country. And Man United behind the scenes are run awfully, terribly, you know, from the top, bottom, all the way up. You know, the stadium's in tatters. There's apparently they need a new training ground. The team is in a mess. The transfers, the money wasted. All this. When you look at Liverpool, there's never a problem behind the scenes. As we said, Michael Edwards has left, Julian Ward's come in. No difference. We've got great scouting, great tactical, everything. You know, United are now copying what we're doing, which is mad. United are now copying. Yeah, they're just like, well, they might be our rivals, but what they're doing is working, so we have to copy them. We copied them a little bit as well with our commercial revenue. We want it to be like Man United in a way where our commercial revenue is so big, we generate so much money that in the end we're a self-sustained club. So with the way FSG are going at the moment, Jack, I don't know how you feel, but obviously a lot of people online were really down. You know, no midfielder coming in before Salah signed his contract. Now Salah signed his contract and it is 350 grand a week, which breaks our wage structure. Do you see this now as the norm, or was it a one-off, or do you think they're just showing you what we can do for the years to come as we generate more money?
Yeah, as Chat was saying there, mate, just unplug your mic or something. Just it's a bit crackly.
Oh,
Mic. Yeah, just it sounds like it's just a bit crackly. Right. Yeah, but on that point, mate, it was I think Liverpool have finally stretched their legs. In reality, we've shown to the rest of Europe, yes, we've got the money to offer these players big wages, and that's what we've all been wanting as fans. Obviously, the most important thing is to get the results on the football pitch, but
exactly.
That's been the one concern all of us have had over the last couple of years is if it's Mane went this summer, but if Salah did leave, it would have been the question hanging over the whole club's head is like, what happens when Van Dijk hits that level in a couple of years when he wants to leave? Alisson would have eventually come to that point, but now we've come to the point of we will offer Van an extra 100k a week when he gets there, his contract ends. Same with Ali, and it's great. We've all wanted that, and it's about time we bloody started offering the cash. And
true.
And I tell you what, before we come on, was if Salah could get into like 400, 500k a week, if he does hit those bonuses throughout the season, and all this notion of talk of unrest potential with players, and then a club have went, if you hit the level Salah hits in your contracts in the next coming years, we'll offer you that contract. And if a player wants to go or leave, then fair play, let him go. As we've said, no player is bigger than the football club, and Liverpool Football Club will all be here as well.
Yeah, 100%. You also
does that sound any better?
Yeah. That's
all right now. Yeah.
It sends ripples throughout the club, innit? I just think that should Salah have not been offered that contract, it kind of sends ripples. So if we ever want to buy a ready-made player, so if you want to go and buy a tier 1 player, and Mbappe or Haaland or Lewandowski, obviously Benzema, any of these players in an ideal world, they'll probably come and think, well, I'm a tier 1 player. I deserve a tier 1 salary. So I know if I go to Liverpool, no matter how well I play, I know I don't even have enough time in my life to put in 5 elite seasons. So am I going to get offered what I want if Salah doesn't even get what he wants and he's doing all this stuff for Liverpool? It does send a message to those who would want to come in as well as to those who are already in the club. So I think that contract that we've given him now probably opens the eyes to anyone who's ready-made to go, actually, like what Thiago did, I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to have a go over there on the Merseyside, on the red side of Merseyside, and the money's good and the quality of football is good. Not just maybe people that want to go to Manchester United because the money's good. Now that because again, money does make people tick a bit more. Not everyone's genuine like the Gerrards and that, those type of guys. You don't see many of those anymore. Money plays a big part. So now that we've done that, ready-made players will be open to joining Liverpool a little bit more now, I think.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think I agree, to be fair. I don't know if our wage structure is broke completely, to be fair. I don't think I think
350 is not even that mad.
Yeah, I actually think that Salah might be the one-off for now. Because it seemed to me that Salah wanted to feel important. Whenever he did mention anything before, he was saying that what was it? I can't remember his exact quote, but it was kind of based on it's not about the money, it's something else. And then at the time I was just thinking, okay, he's on about the length of contract in cohesion with the money. And I reckon that FSG, Klopp and Salah never told us all of this stuff to make everyone go crazy. Everyone just chose to go crazy over this whole Salah contract. For all we know, they could have been fine the whole time. Business people do sit down and conversate. That's how business works. Like, some deals don't go through straight away. And it could have been the fact that I actually think that the money what Salah's got now isn't the money that he wanted or what his agent wanted. I think it was more. And I think the compromise has probably been, I want a longer contract and the money. And FSG's like, listen, we'll give you the 3 years if you'd bring it down by 50k or 25k. And I reckon there's just like, you know what, safe, that's fine. I don't think there's going to be unrest in the squad because I think the squad see Salah as the main guy as well. I think that's just how it happens, and it's goals in it. And I think when you hear the players talk about him, they speak about him like he's a very special guy to them and a special player. I think the squad seems happy. I think they all know their worth anyway. So for people like Virgil and Alisson and stuff like that, I don't think they're that fussed. You know what I mean? I think they're fine. Virgil knows that sooner or later he's going to get more money. Alisson don't seem that it's too fussed anyway. People were mentioning Trent and stuff. Trent's a Scouser, brother. He's through his blood. Like, he's getting paid good money.
He'll play for 20 quid. He'll play for 20 quid.
The future Liverpool captain after Henderson and Van Dijk leave. He's fine. He'll probably end up being the highest paid Liverpool player by the time he's old enough. Remember, he's only young now. And I think it makes perfect sense. And as everyone said, and as business normally works, people make more money. If it's in a normal job, they pay their staff more bonuses. It's just how it works. When I worked in a phone shop, it worked like that. We made more money. All of a sudden, the manager's like, you know what, we're going to do everyone's bonus up a bit. Some people are better salesmen than others, and they got more money, which was me, by the way. Obviously, I'm a G. But that's just kind of how it works. And yeah, man, Salah's good. Like I said, now Salah's settled. I think he feels special. I think you have to make the decision where it's like, yo, I'm coming towards the end of my career, not in a bad way, like he's old, but I'm looking at my last couple of contracts or last contract or whatever. And I've got to think about my family are we staying in Liverpool or are we moving or all these different things. And he's got kids, you know what I mean? Is she staying settled in school or am I taking her to Madrid or Paris or whatever? All these different things come into it, man. And I think we're going to see Salah fired up again next season. If that's his only drop off in 5 years, then, we sound a bit like entitled as fans to be going crazy about it. It's a bit much because we almost all ended up with 4 trophies and no one would have mentioned it then. You know what I mean? So
after a shocking window of only buying one central defender.
Yeah. It sounded very entitled by the time we got to the end of it. And I actually think that, without being disrespectful, because I hated that everyone kept comparing him and Mane constantly. They're not even like each other, bro.
Oh dear.
I actually thought at the time that if we had won the Champions League and Mane won the Ballon d'Or, I didn't think that Ballon d'Or would have reflected him being the best player in the world, because I just didn't think he was. I still thought Salah would have had the better season. It was just topsy-turvy in which way it was. Nothing against Mane. He probably would have finished third, and Salah finishes first and Benzema finished second or something. I thought that probably would have happened, but yeah, man, I'm happy, and I can't wait to see what he does. He's got years left in him, Salah. Like, he doesn't. Does he look like he's got anything wrong with him? No, and if you're talking about speed, him dropping a yard of pace makes him still faster than everyone, which is a problem to everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't even matter, man.
Sorry, Mon. Do I sound all right now? Do I sound all right now?
Yeah.
I think it was my earphones fucking it up, so it's good. Yeah. Go on, Monson.
Oh no, I just said I've come to my conclusion. Maybe because again, Salah's maybe because his hair's a bit messy and his six pack's a bit hairy. People just don't like him as much. I don't know. That's what I've come to. Probably, that's probably yeah.
It's weird. It's weird, but yeah, this I've seen it already online as well. They're still saying that there's still people are still trying to make a Salah Mane fight, ain't they? I don't know why. They're still doing it.
Salah
saying,
posted about him. Do you see his Instagram post? Yeah.
It's like Mane left, and now he's going to feel loved at Bayern Munich, and it just shows that Liverpool did have the money and they've paid Mo and not Sadio and all this stuff, and it's like you guys got to shut up. And there's like JT puts here, so yeah, I watched a bit of Klopp Zone earlier, and they were saying it's a magic trick because we lowered the wages of letting Mane, Taki, and Origi go now. And spent an extra 24 mil. The problem is with that, if that was the case, then we're not buying any more players ever. So that would for me be the case. I think people are still. This is my problem. People are still looking at it like just take it for what it is. That the club actually just upped their wage structure a little bit for in the best player, one of the best
in the
players
Premier League era.
Yeah, and he's just one of the best players in world football at this moment in time. So they took the bullet and went with it. Now, letting go, we've let players go before, but never let upped wages as high. So it's not. So if we buy another player, are we? Well, I don't understand that argument. I've seen it a lot as well. It weren't just on Klopp Zone. Then, by the way, big up Klopp Zone. Then guys are good. Jerry James on the Klopp Zone and everything. So big up Klopp Zone. But a lot of other people are saying this. I saw it on Twitter today as well that Liverpool letting go rid of Mane and Origi and stuff like that. Help pay Mo's wages, and it's like Taki was on what 20 grand a week probably.
You can over analyze
that, but overanalyze
it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. It's just
less than Adrian, basically.
Yeah, I think Origi was only on 60 grand a week, so it's not like we let go of two players that are on 200 odd grand a week each, and then I can have a look at it maybe. But no, look, Mane. Everyone's trying to make this argument with Mane. It's not. Mane wanted a new chapter in his life. It's as simple as that. He just wanted a new chapter in his life, and everyone's going, Mane's earning the same as Mo at Bayern Munich. He's not. He's on 220 grand a week. He's not on. Everyone thinks he's on 400 grand a week at Bayern. He's just not.
It's just because they made his name light up outside the stadium. I'm sorry, I didn't know there were lights outside of Anfield that can shake Mane's name. I'm confused. And also, everyone else who loves him so much, go pay for your Bundesliga. Go pay for your Sky Sports Bundesliga or whatever. Make sure you watch every single Bayern Munich game. They don't care. No. They just want to make a narrative against the two best African players to set in the Premier League.
It's a madness. It's a madness. We've just got to leave well alone and let Salah do his thing. But as you say, the club, I can understand people's arguments. Look, it's the 1st of July. Now, a lot of people, it was the 2nd of July now, but a lot of people yesterday were saying, right, Liverpool, put this out on the 1st of July, knowing there's a lot of the transfer window still to go. Now, we do know FSG do like to do their PR. They are very good at it. When people were a bit down and all that, they went, bam, new signing. That actually happened 2 weeks ago, but we kept it quiet just for a good PR. They are very good at that, no doubt about that. But this came out straight away. So, Jack, do you think there's still something that might happen in this transfer window? I've seen a few things, a lot of ITKs and all that online, but basically saying that Liverpool aren't finished yet. So, how's your gut feeling on it?
You could look at it both ways, mate. For everyone, they can say yes, we'll sign someone, and when we do, it looks good, doesn't it? So, yes and no. I wish I had a crystal ball with me, mate. I think all of us would. But we've set up ourselves perfectly. I think we've watched Jurgen Klopp over the last couple of years. He prefers to get his business done very early on within a season. Yeah. And I can only see a situation arising similar with Diaz last January. If someone goes for one of our targets, i.e. second, third or fourth target on our board for whether that be next season, then Liverpool, as we've already spoke about, Liverpool have got money to spend. And if the player is available or if someone goes for one of our targets, we're not going to sit on our hands and watch another club go for it. So if the player is right and he's available at the right price, then I'd say yeah. But I don't see us doing business, but if we did, it looks great. Done it so. No and yes. But I'm going to go with no. So I'm going to go with no. Can't see us doing business.
No. Monts, how about yourself, mate? So I know on your channel you're asking for that. You want that midfielder in, so
Yeah, what I want and what FSG want are two different things.
two different things, exactly. Yeah.
So, but what I would say is that I've seen and heard a lot of whispers saying that Liverpool are not done. So, the quick way to put it is, I'm ready to be hurt again. So, I'm ready to be hurt again. You know what I'm saying?
That's not hurt. That's not hurt, Monts. Come on, guys.
And the last time I said that, we only signed Sepp Vandenberg, and it was just a time. And even last season, it was the window of contracts, and we competed for 4 trophies. The season before that, we signed 1 defender. I was cussing. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't one of those guys. I was cussing as well. We went and won the league we won the league by March. You know, and the season before that, I was thinking, okay, decent buys. We went and won the Champions League and lost the league by a point. So as much as we're always going to want more as a fan base, because every fan base is entitled. It doesn't matter what team you support. Every single fan base is entitled. But we're striving. When you're chasing Man City domestically, you strive for perfection. So I think we're not we're completely in our right to ask for that extra midfielder when we can see, you know, there is a bit of a lack of quality in the middle area for us and fitness wise. So I do think we're going to go for a midfielder. If we don't, I'm ready to be hurt again. And if we don't, ×2 at the start of the season, then we wave our flag and we back the boys as we do. And, you know, back to basics and we go again.
I totally agree, Savage.
I think we're done, bro. I think it's
done.
Right. I think it's done, man. I always thought for the whole time whenever they mentioned Salah signing a new contract, I thought that would be the be all and end all of the transfer window. Yeah. But like I said it like that. I'm not fussed about it, to be honest. I'm fine. I'm fine. Obviously, I would like a new midfielder, freshen things up, strengthen the squad. Everyone's going to get a year older, etc. But and obviously injuries and things like that. But I just feel like I can't see it. But there's loads of time left of the transfer window. I think what Jack said's right. I think if there's any target that we had our eye on, or we've been scouting for a while and stuff and watching them progress in their club, if somebody goes in for them, I think we'll do the same, and I think we'll get them. But for me, I think it's done for the. I think it's done. Get preseason, get all the players back training, get preseason started, and then club's gonna be time with the boys. That sounds a bit mad still, sound a bit savage, but you know what I mean. And and then I think we'll be sweet, man, and look forward to the season. But obviously, we're always gonna want to freshen up the squad and make it better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'd rather be surprised, to be honest, than carry on thinking about it. That's kind of the one.
I think we was all surprised yesterday with his contract signing, weren't he? That just come out. No, not even the legend Paul Joyce knew it was happening. And did everyone see Paul Joyce's tweet? He just didn't know it was happening, and he just messed his whole tweet up, didn't he? It was hilarious. Muted Jack.
What did he say?
I'm dyslexic, and I don't know if Paul is, but he had an absolute mare on his Twitter.
He did.
What did he do?
He put up Mo Salah signed 3 contracts.
But he had like 2023, so everyone's like, "Wow, 3!" But he said the contract to you.
Paul had a nightmare. Paul didn't even know because his tweet was so bland as well. It was like, Paul, you look a bit unhappy. You seem, when you can tell someone's unhappy when they write something, and you can just tell Paul was a bit pissed off that he didn't know. And this is the thing, my kid, I'm going to kill my kid. Right, 1 second, or I just destroy my child.
By the way, guys, can I just hit some not breaking, but news? Fabrizio Romano says Barca president Laporta on De Jong. There are many clubs that want him, not just Man United. We have no intentions of selling him. He wants to stay. I'm going to do everything to keep Frankie, but there is also a salary issue, and that will have to be adjusted. So.
Whose words are those? Whose words are those?
Barca president, courtesy of Fabrizio Romano.
Is De Jong not leaving Man United now? Going to Man United, sorry.
I'm happy to read it again. Honestly, I'm happy
Go
to read
for
it.
Yeah,
It
go
makes
for
me
it.
feel warm
I'm with
inside.
you,
I've seen some Man U fans with the young on the back of the top. I'm not even joking.
Courtesy of Fabrizio Romano, Barca president Laporta on De Jong. There are many clubs that want him, not just Man United. We have no intentions of selling him. He wants to stay. I'm going to do everything to keep Frankie, but there's also a salary issue which would have to be adjusted.
Oh my word! Yeah,
He's going to turn around and sign a contract that's half the money he's on, isn't he?
Yeah.
How much does De Jong want?
What is De Jong on
How
at
much
the
does he want,
moment?
De Jong?
What's he on now? 300 odd. See on. Let's have a look. I'll Google it. Let's have a look and see what he's on. I've got to be careful when I put Yong and not Dong.
He did say that he wanted to stay at Barcelona anyway, didn't he?
He don't want to go to Man United right now, does he? Why would he want to do that?
It's not good for Man U, you know, like marketing wise, Ronaldo saying that he doesn't want to be there.
That's
not good for them, man.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that because that's hilarious.
They're not going to finish top 10, are they, next season?
It's just... Where is it? I don't know.
All I know is if you ever go in PSG, but that's the ultimate team that is. Just on face value of how it looks. Ridiculous.
How old's Young now? He's 25, 26, is he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, they bought him for 77 million. I don't know how much he's on.
He would have easily been on about like 200, 300k.
I think he's on about 300 odd K a week. Yeah.
Why don't Mbappe just sign him up, man?
Yeah, you pay for him on his own, couldn't he?
Mbappe might as well sign him up, sign Ronaldo up, and just have a dream team in it.
Yeah, apparently Barcelona want to get his contract down to 300 dead on. They want to get his contract down to 300 dead on, but Man United are offering him 350 grand a week, which is United don't learn their lessons, do they? They just really there is nothing changed from Man United with this transfer strategy. Again, nothing's changed. They are exactly the same.
I personally think this whole Ronaldo thing was all planned, you know.
Yeah.
If he's definitely saying he wants to go now, I think it was planned in the first place. He came to a team managed by Solskjaer, bro. What did you think was going to happen?
No. I think if they got fourth, he would have stayed another year.
Yeah, for the Champions League.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and what I mean is, I reckon he's already told them. I reckon he's told them that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Thank you.
United, man, that's quite funny still.
There you go. Let me share this. It's just let's laugh. So there it is. Cristiano Ronaldo has told Man United he wants to leave this summer. Reports from the 37-year-old said he wants to leave to play Champions League football and for the top honours in the final stage of his career. He doesn't feel like he's going to be doing that at Man United. And the thing that the thing I laugh at is is the bit after it. Napoli among the suitors. Is that how far Man United have fallen?
Was it the mafia? The mafia going to sign him.
Napoli is a step up. I just find this hilarious. I really do, because we've had it. We're all Liverpool fans. We grew up United in front, us in the back seat, kicking the back seat, wanting to be in front, and now it's the other way around, and I'm reveling in it. I don't care.
Man, I got in so many fights at school because of these bums, bro. So I don't really care. I don't have any sympathy for them, bro. I hope their roof falls through at their stadium, leaks every seat. I don't care, bro. Scumbags, bro. I hate them, man.
Was it the
Sam, if you want to come on, mate, I'll send you the link. If you want to come on for 5 minutes, have your say. If you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you the link.
Everything Neville comes out with gets even better every single season. Was it last season he said, Salah's going to be gone by this year? And then Carragher's arguing with him on Twitter already.
Yeah. Did you see Carragher? Did everyone see Carragher's tweet?
Yeah. Elvis left the building.
He put out about Sky Sports. That just shows you that, when he was apparently not going to go with Man City because he's loyalty to Man United. And Carragher basically said, well, it just shows how much bullshit that was, really, don't it? Because if he loved your club so much, he would play Europa League football, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But it's all booms.
The funniest thing about this whole thing, I checked on my phone earlier on Sky Sports News for when I last read it. I think it said 5 days ago Ronaldo said he's going to stay. What's happened in the 5 days, bro? That makes it even worse. Yeah, man.
Oh, I know,
So
man.
Ronaldo,
Jerry, you want to come on as well? I'll throw you the link.
ain't having it, man. This geezer's is above Europa League, bro. He ain't having it.
Absolutely love it. We love it, boys, don't we? They're an absolute mess next season. Even
By
the
the way-
guys who we bring in.
By the way, guys, we're 114 people in here, and we're 16 likes away from 100.
There you go, go on.
I think 16 of you guys can definitely click that like
Yeah,
button.
press the thing, man, or come outside.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it done.
Right, once you do your thing, I'm just going to send some invites to people.
No worries. Yeah, listen, so we got possibly Sam coming in, we got Jerry James. I don't know who we got coming in, but we got people coming in. So again, like the thing, we're on 84 likes, probably a little bit more now that I've started waffling and stuff. But if you guys don't want to hear me talk chatting shit, just like the video, guys. Like it for Jamie. He's doing so much stuff. You'll probably be live tomorrow. He'll probably be live in about 3 hours. If you ask him, he'll probably do it. So just more reasons to like the video. Like it for Jack.
Yep.
Like it for Hugo. Like it for me. Come on, guys.
90 now. Come on, boys. Get them up. And girls.
Get it.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Don't get the girls.
Come on. Yeah.
How about this? This video ain't stopping until actually. Let me not say this video ain't stopping until we hit 100 because I know you guys want this video to go on for hours. But come on, before the end of the video, I want to see at least over 100 likes.
Facts, man. Get it up on a Viagra thing, man. Stop messing around, bro.
There we go. 92. Yeah, see.
There we go. Smash it up, guys. Smash it up. 94. Smash it up.
I have another.
Keep going, guys. Keep going. Come on.
So
So yeah, let me just say about memberships, guys. So if everyone wants to join a membership, there's 2 membership schemes now, and I know a lot of you guys. You've said to me before that you want to call in on the show. So me and Savage do our call-in shows on Tuesdays. It's been very successful actually, and obviously we did it on Thursday. Was it Thursday we did it? Because
we did it on Thursday this week.
My kid was in hospital, so we couldn't do it Tuesdays. We did it Thursday. Very successful, really good show it was, and I think I had 400 likes, 1,500 views. Really good show. But I have comments from some of you and some DMs and tweets and stuff saying that you want to call in, but you're a little nervous because the amount of people watching and stuff like that. So I've made another membership, guys. So that membership, the Legends membership, would just be for you guys to have member call-ins and member-only videos. So if you want to do a call-in show, it's only members watching, so it's just a small band of people. So, and it's everyone in the chat. So it should be nicer for you to do, and I will do them shows for you. And because it's members only, and there's only a small band of people, you can come on chat for as long as you like. Jerry, I've sent you the link on your Twitter, my man. If you want to pop in, let's have a look at the poll. So obviously the poll is up, guys. 134 people have now polled, and so 52% is winning. 20 to 30 goals Salah will score next season. 28% second with 30 plus, and then 20% with 15 to 20. Do you guys see Mo slowing down at all?
No.
Now he's going to hit 30. Now this was a lot of people's worry, mine including. I have to put it out there. It was just something I wanted to talk about because I think it is worth talking about it. When players usually hit that 30 bracket, they start to slow down. You see a little bit of a decline. Personally, I saw more of a decline in Sadio than I have in Mo, and I think we did the right thing letting Sadio go this season. That might be a unpopular thing, but I think it was the right time to let Sadio go. And I thought there was just more of a decline in his game than there was Mo's. So what's everyone's opinion? Do you think Mo will carry this form on? And how long do you think you can see him carrying it on for? Jack?
For me, a couple of years, mate. We've already spoke about the sports science, haven't we, on tonight's show. On the modern day, the way football is, in the next 20, 30 years, I think you'll be seeing a lot more professional footballers going to late 30s, early 40s, really. The food they eat, every aspect of football has developed so much. And the Mo, I'd say a lesser decline in terms of his goal output, ever seeing a vast improvements in the Premier League centre-halves. Apart from Chelsea adding 1 or 2 over the next couple of years, I can't foresee any of the Premier League defenders getting any better. I can just foresee Salah getting even better than Liverpool. We spoke about the midfielders, whoever we bring in, we're only going to get stronger. And regardless if Salah did adapt his game in terms of another position in the next couple of years, he's still going to get service. He's going to get those opportunities to get a goal. And his early years of Salah, I think it was 40 odd goals, or probably more. The first season he was at Liverpool, he was he was getting about 10 chances a game and probably burying 2. But now he's gone a bit more. I don't know the stats wise how clinical he has been over the last couple of years, but he's gotten a bit more better in terms of front of goal, in terms of less opportunities. But I was on the positive side. I went with the 30 plus goals. Was that goals in the Prem, J, or overall?
Overall, overall.
Yeah,
overall.
Yeah, I've gone with 30. But no, it's exciting times, mate. I can't wait to see you. And he's going to get the service, especially if Trent was at the back end of 30, he's got Trent behind him, whipping in the balls. It'd be sound, mate.
Mons, how do you feel?
2 lakhs to 100. Just saying. It's 2 more likes. It's just getting under my skin a little bit, guys. Come on, man. Come on now. Sorry, what was the question? Sorry, I'm sidetracked. Sorry.
So Salah, do you see him continuing this form for the next few years, even though he's at 30?
100%. I mean, some people just think it's career mode, isn't it? It's not actual real life. Like I said, as Hugo said, the sports science is improving. And there's no reason why he shouldn't slow down. I think if he does slow down, it'll probably just be maybe less goals and maybe more assists, because we actually have a 9. So it's either we're going to make Darwin Núñez more of a goal scorer, Salah reduces his goals, gets more assists, or Klopp decides to go and get Núñez or go and use Núñez more as a Firmino type big number 9, sort of, someone who can hold the ball up. Maybe he's got a decent range of passing. Klopp's seen something that I haven't seen, and maybe he can use that. And again, remember, he's going to be training with the club every day, so who knows? Klopp might literally be molding Darwin Núñez to go, listen, here's 55 videos of Bobby Firmino. Watch every single one. I'm going to tape your eyelids open, and he's going to tie him to the chair, have his eyelids taped open, and say, that's Bobby Firmino. Look what he done for 17-18. Watch the whole season. And then maybe, it works again that way. But again, we're going to have Luis Diaz. So I think with Luis Diaz playing the way he plays, it's a bit of an unknown commodity in it. But I'd like to see Salah not slow down in his style of play, but the tactic might change. Klopp might ask Salah to do something a little bit different. Maybe get a few more assists.
David, your thoughts?
I don't think he's going to slow down. I think he'll adapt his game. I think it'll change a little bit. I might be wrong, but I feel like his game already changed. The season just gone. Obviously, everyone's got like short memory in it. So after January, all of a sudden Salah didn't exist and all this business. But look at the beginning of the season. It seemed like Salah was going for assists. Like it seemed like he wanted to assist people, whereas before it was like almost reluctant. If I can't score, then I'll give it to somebody else. Let them score. Whereas now, like all them outside of the foot passes weren't happening before. It seemed like it's something he had trained on. And I actually think that, slowing down will be the wrong thing. I think adapting his game, which may look like he's doing something different, but I actually think, and it's not a negative thing, I think he needs to do something different. He needs to freshen it up as well. That cutting in on the left foot thing doesn't work all the time. You know what I mean? That you can telegraph that a mile off and just block it. You know what I mean? But I think with Núñez, I think that helps him a lot, I think that helps him more than everyone thinks. I think there's going to be... Salah might score more goals and get more assists. Flick-ons and stuff. Yeah, man. And no one ain't really spoke about... Since we've been speaking about all this Salah stuff and everything, everyone's just stopped speaking about Diaz for some reason. Like he's not one of our players anymore. And no one speaks about Jota at all. But I think them guys have a big...
With reason, well, Jota, but I hear what you mean.
Yeah. I think Diaz... And I think Diaz and Núñez help him out there. I think Salah gets more goals. I think he gets more goals. I think.
Yeah. Same. Jerry, my man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Have you got 2 Twitters? Have you got 2 Twitter accounts?
Yes, one of the Twitters was the first one. This is the.
No, all right. I'll get rid of that. I'll get rid of that one.
Hey, Jamie sent the first link to the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah. How you doing, fella? How you doing?
I'm good. How's everyone doing on the panel?
Big up,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Thank you.
Good. First time streaming with you, Jack. So, nice to stream with you.
Good to see you, miss.
Yeah, he's our scouser in the team. He's our scouser.
No subtitles, sorry, everyone.
No, we can all understand Jack. He's cool. Jerry, so we're just talking about Salah contract situation, good times. How are you feeling about it? What's your thoughts?
Like I said on my streams, I think it's good. I think I'm very happy it's got nipped in the bud. I think on the surface is it fantastic. We're not losing two superstars in Mane and Salah, but you scratch the surface a bit, and I start looking at it, and I'm like, he didn't get the 400k that he was after in the first place. Apparently, the money he was after. So this whole palaver that was happening during the season was actually happening for no reason, and that could have affected ultimately our season because we could have actually went and in certain games when his head might have not been in the game, he might have been thinking, oh, it might be my last season, maybe the team's going to sell me, and for me that's one of the issues. The second issue is it seems as though the club have I think the club knew whether Salah was staying or not. I think the club operate in a way, and they're so kind of calculated and logistical, and they're so like they execute everything properly. So to me, that suggests that they knew what was going on. They knew Mane was going to leave probably in January. They knew that, or even when Diaz came in, or in the summer at least, and they knew that Salah was going to stay. So if they knew that, why are they releasing it now when the big topic of conversation in the transfer window was all about midfielders? And they've tried to go and release it to me as though it's a new signing, which is not a new signing. We've just done what the club should have done, which is not allow one of our best players to leave. So for me, it's not a catch-22 because it is a positive, and we should be happy that Salah's staying. It means that we're going to see the best years of him, which is fantastic. But I don't know. I don't think it's enough. I still think that we still need to strengthen in other areas and stuff. So that's just the kind of, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I've been catching your videos lately, Jerry. You're smashing it as well. You're doing some good stuff over on your channel.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're new to it as well, and everything you're doing. Well, I'll get Ravi, if you're in the chat still, put everyone's links in the chat if you can, my friend, or any mod in the chat. Put everyone's link of the boys' channels in the live chat, so everyone go and sub, because everyone's doing good stuff. Everyone's doing good stuff. Jack, I think Jack's close to 5k now, aren't you, Jack?
Yeah, I didn't expect anyone to subscribe all those years ago. I just enjoyed talking.
No, you're doing really well.
Speaking of you boys, anyway, made up to see everyone.
And I think Jack's just got membership on his channel as well. He's smashed that out now. Mont is smashing it over there as well, doing big things. So go and make sure you subscribe to him as well. And Savage, everyone knows Savage here. Come on, Savage Talks Football, Savage Talks Wrestling. Go, and Hugo online as well. Go and check him out, guys. Go and check him out. See, I've remembered them all now.
Big up, man.
Hugo's the OG in the wrestling world, man. I've checked him out. He's crazy. He's crazy. Big up.
Big up, brother.
But yeah, so next season, guys. Next season. So let's have a little look at next season. So obviously, teams. I was going to say teams around us are buying, but it's only really two, and that's City and Spurs. Everyone else is sort of falling apart. Arsenal have done a little bit. Let's look at Arsenal for a minute. So that's just for a laugh. So Arsenal have got, what have they got in? I saw Lee. Not Lee Gunner, the other fella. Who's the bald-headed guy on Arsenal fan TV?
Gunnar Lee.
No, the other one. The old guy looks like Voldemort.
Oh, Lee Judge.
Lee Judge. Yeah. I actually like him. Yeah, because he's an older boy, ain't he? He actually talks a lot of sense, and I actually like him. And he tweeted that today that the transfer window for Arsenal is okay, but if you look at it, they've still got the same midfield, same defence, and same strikers. Yeah. It's not, and not a lot has changed at Arsenal. So let's have a look at what people need. So Arsenal Football Club, they failed top four, and they did because what were they, fourth with 3 games to go, 2 points ahead of Spurs, failed. They desperately need players. We know the Arsenal fan base, it's the funniest fan base in football. We know that. Where do you guys think Arsenal need the strength? How many players do you think Arsenal need, Jack, this season, in what areas to compete for that top 4 with Tottenham, Chelsea, and possibly Man United if they get their act together?
25 and a new manager.
I knew he was gonna say it. I knew he was gonna say that.
That with a new fan base as well and a new stadium. Go back to the hybrid as well. It all stems from the manager, mate. You could bring in whoever, Tom, Dick, and Harry, really, and still be same old Arsenal.
I've seen Tom, Dick, and Harry. Great front three.
It's probably better than Lacazette and the boys, isn't it? But yeah, they're still led by the fella that put out the cones for Pep. Like, I can't see in the next 12 months them learning. We had Rodgers for a couple of years. Rodgers never learned, and I don't think that Lego head at Arsenal, like, he's not going to learn. It'd be the same. The Arsenal fans, the Chelsea fans, they were gassing their team up, and they'll do it again. Same thing. If Sterling comes in, they'll have it, and then it'll be Liverpool and City all over again. But mate, yeah, I think they need a new manager, and I'm surprised. The one manager that they probably wanted, and they'll have to probably speak about Spurs in a sec. They needed Conte to come into Arsenal to be in with a chance of winning trophies. They're doing a bottle top 4 next season. That's regardless whoever they bring in. But yeah, they need a proper spine. They need to bring out Vieira back out of retirement, put him in DM. Probably would do a better job than Elneny at this stage.
Probably do a better job as manager as well.
Yeah. Player manager. But yeah, it's a new manager, and a lot of players make just a long way off.
Yeah, they are a very long way off. I mean, when I look at this Arsenal squad, so with the Arsenal squad the way it is now, but if they had a proper quality manager in charge, do you think they would be a bit more of a threat for top 4, or do you think it's players as well?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. If it stems from the management, if they had a better coach, gets them better organised. Even if you are getting an extra point here and there, it all stems from the back. It's all right scoring goals, and Liverpool were like that for a very long time before we brought in Alisson and Van Dijk to organise our defence. We were scoring bagfuls of goals, but what we were doing within certain games and certain seasons was leaking goals at the back and stupid mistakes. But yeah, I think Gabriel Jesus is a step in the right direction. I think if you're playing through the middle, or he's improvements on what they did have, but they need a lot better than just Gabriel Jesus.
Right,
to play devil's advocate,
Jerry.
Go on, Mons. No, Mons people have got a lot to say.
Because everyone thinks Mons is an Arsenal fan for some reason. I don't know why. He gets it all the time. I have no idea why. He can't stand them.
He's a Londoner and doesn't specify to it. I mean,
you know what it is? I wake up. Sometimes I cast Arsenal just before I go to sleep. So I don't know where the narrative is. I insult Arsenal at any opportunity I'm given, simply because of how deluded their fans are. It's now 18 years since they won their last league title. So I know, for one, they're nowhere near even challenging for a title. So they can laugh at the 30 years as much as they want to, but they're 2/3 of the way there, and they're definitely not winning. I can put my house on it. They're not winning the league in the next 5 years. So all of a sudden, we're at 23 years, and now it's almost at 30. So I'm not saying you're going to go the full 30. You know, you're not going to do the full Monty, but listen, you lot, beware. I'm giving you your warning I'm giving Arsenal fans the warning from now. You're 18 years there. 18 years. You know, you won 4 FA Cups in the last 14 years. You know, we're not going to go, but listen, I won't veer too much in that direction. In terms of what they're going to do with the season, I think Gabriel Jesus was an addition that they didn't need to make. It was more of a want to me. City needed a striker. No, let me say this. Aguero left because he was their striker. Gabriel Jesus was their backup striker. But when Aguero left, Jesus didn't play as a striker. Yeah. And they rather played De Bruyne false 9, Bernardo Silva false 9. They even played Phil Foden false 9. Yeah.
And Sterling.
So why would you then go and buy a player who is, in your eyes, a number 9, but in City's eyes, they didn't even have a striker, but Jesus still didn't play as a striker. You know what I mean? So even for City, he was deployed out wide, not as the main man up top, because he wasn't trusted. Yet you trust him to come in as your main number 9 in order to bring you back to where you once were 18 years ago. It doesn't really make much sense to me. As I said, it's not a bad signing, but is it a signing they needed? Not really. They have wide players. They basically just bought a juiced up Martinelli because Martinelli's a 9, but he's deployed on the left.
Yeah.
So what happens with Martinelli? Because he can play as a striker. Martinelli is, before a winger, he was a striker.
Yeah.
So are you going to play Martin? Are you going to stunt Martinelli's growth and you're going to play Jesus at wide, or you're going to play Jesus as the main man after giving Nketiah the Henry shirt? It doesn't make sense to me, personally. But you bought in 2 cams in Albert Riera and Odegaard, and now you have 3 cams in Odegaard, Smith-Rowe, and Riera. But all of them are cams, but you already have a left winger in Martinelli. So who plays where? You have 3 cams, but what you need is a centre mid to replace Xhaka because he's not good enough to operate on the left side of midfield because he's too rash. He gets too many red cards. And when he does play well, everyone else seems to maybe lack a little bit of experience because Arsenal just aren't nasty enough. So, and I can keep going if you really want me to with the back line. Tierney's not fit enough to play. Tavares is arguably the worst left back in the Premier League, apart from... No, I can't even lie. Watford have been relegated, so I can't even talk about Mariappa and them, man. So I can't even mention them, man, over there. So Tavares just isn't ready enough. But Arsenal fans want to call him raw. They'll call him raw when he's just at the same time. Again, Gabriel and Ben White, not too much problems with them. I think they're okay as centre-backs. Maybe Saliba will come in and give them a bit of a challenge. That's fine. Ramsdale, I really like him. But as a team and as a whole, they need to bring in experience. I don't know, like, you need to sign experience. The team's not nasty enough, so you go and bring the most inexperienced player. Even though you could say you're experienced playing for City, you bring in a winner, but he's not experienced. He's 20, 26, something like that. He's young. He's a young player still, technically. You know, and then obviously at the right back, you got Tomiyasu, who couldn't stay fit when you needed him the most. Cedric, not good enough. And that's just, I didn't mean to just dissect the whole squad, but is this the squad you expect?
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Is that what you expect? Is this the team you expect to close the gap? I mean, Tottenham are looking far and beyond better, you know, in terms of their transfers. Martinez could be getting hijacked. Rafinha was hijacked. Who's the other one? Who's the other one? There was someone else. There was someone else in there. But
apparently Martinez is apparently chosen Arsenal over Man United, apparently. Rumour coming out.
Yeah, I mean, and again, if they get him, fair dues, fair to them, but they just need a bit more grit and nastiness. So, on top of all the other stuff I said. So, if you really think I'm an Arsenal fan, you'd never see me dissect like that.
Know a lot about them, though, Monts.
Yeah, I know a lot about it. That's just my... Listen, if I had the time, I could do it with Chelsea, I can do it with City. I can talk about how everyone loves to talk about how good City are, but they love to ignore their deficiencies. But that's another day. That's for another day.
Monts is just a student of the game, ain't you, Monts? That's what it is. You're a student of the game. Monts, I know you need a jump, so just let everyone know where they can go and find you, my man.
First of all, thank you for having me on, and then we better be on 100 likes. I'm just making sure we're on 100 likes, guys.
Yeah, we're over 100, my man. Bro, you did your job, man. You did your job.
All right, 100. I can sleep easy now. I can sleep easy. Listen, I'm not gonna do no streams today. I'll be honest, but listen, when Jamie asks, he gets, you know what I'm saying. I'll do the favor. So. Again, Big Six Pants is where you can find me. We're on the road to 1,700 subs. I feel like every 2 days I'm changing that to 100 more. So let's keep up that momentum. I said 2K by the end of the year. It's looking like 2K by the end of this month. So let's bring that to fruition. And if you like hearing me talk rubbish and say, you know, I don't always have hot takes, but I have explanations behind my stuff, then go and subscribe to Big Six Pants, where it's not just my opinion, but others' opinions. It's not just about Liverpool, it's about other teams as well, and hoping to cover as much as possible. So again, help me subscribe, like, do all that stuff, but make sure you also subscribe to the brilliant people that are also on the panel. So thank you very much for having me.
Big up.
Big up, Monts. Big up, Monts.
Big up, Monts.
I'll be a stranger, my friend. I'll see you soon.
Peace out, bro.
See you soon, guys.
I'll show you once.
Savage, Arsenal. What do they need to do?
They need a Booker T 5 times, bro. They need about 5 players, bro. I'm not joking. This squad's full of frauds, bro. This is a setup, bro. This was just to make the documentary interested. I'm telling you, bro. There's no way you throw away top 4 like they did. It's just weird, bro. That's why Arteta's there, bro. A better manager makes the documentary. Have you seen the trailer, bro? It's 40 seconds and it's dope. I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, I know.
That's Friday exciting for me, man. But they're a mess, bro. The players are always injured. The amount of times I heard Tierney is better than Robbo and all this. And Tomiyasu and that. Bro, they've got Oscar Pistorius at left and right back, bro. No legs, bro. The trash, bro. I've had enough of them, bro. It's messy, bro. Yeah, man, they're throwing it away. Their one chance to get in the Champions League was that season. Now you're gonna let Tottenham strengthen, and we never know that, like, the pool might have went to Arsenal just based on Champions League. That's looking how it's going now. People are gonna go to clubs for Champions League football. Ronaldo wants out of Man U because of Champions League football, and they're throwing it away, man. No one wants to play Europa League on Thursday against Zurich Grasshoppers and all that. It's mad. It's mad. No one ain't looking to play in them dodgy places, and that where you get ran out the country. I don't know about Arsenal, bro. I don't know about them, man. I think they're done out here, bro. All these, they're doing typical Arsenal stuff, even in a transfer window. I'm used to them doing it in the league. You know, they win a few games, they're gonna win the league, they're gonna finish higher than Chelsea. But in a transfer window, people are linked to them. That's their player. All of a sudden, they're having parties and watching man jumping up and down, and then all of a sudden, the player's not going there anymore. This is ridiculous. Last week, people were being cocky. We get Rafinha and all this. You're not, bro. It's a mess, bro. You better go get Luke Chadwick out of retirement, bro, and see what man is saying, bro. They're done out here, bro. I ain't got no time for Arsenal. I got no sympathy for them either. I hate them. I used to like watching Arsenal play football back in the day, but I'm done with that club, bro. They're a mess, bro. Fans of shambles as well. Come at me, I don't care, bro. I've had enough of you. Deluded. Nah, I don't care, bro. Deluded as fans, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they are super
mad football club that is, bro. It makes you get surprised. I get surprised by the decent Arsenal fans. That's how bad it is, bro. Because like,
there is some out there. There is some out there as well.
It's madness, bro. And they start bringing up old stuff all the time. Anytime you try and being a Liverpool fan, try and argue with an Arsenal fan and see if they don't mention Invincibles the first thing. Remember when Henry ran through your whole team? All right, bro. But all of them dons now don't play for our team anymore, bro. Like, one of their daughters on Love Island. John Barnes is fat. Stan Collymores running up his mouth on Talksport, bro. None of these players even play for us anymore. So just allow it, man. It's a Jerry, take it away, man. Finish up,
Jerry. Finish him.
All right, well, I think it's easy, innit? It's easy to obviously just get at Arsenal and stuff, but I think for the topic for the conversation, I think I'm going to play devil's advocate. Now, I think when you look at it, Arsenal, as you said, flopped the top four, didn't get the top four. I personally feel the fact that we're able to get someone like a Jesus that could easily play for a Champions League team. I think in terms of his ability, I think he's a very, very good player. I think he presses really well. I do believe if Klopp had a player like Jesus, I think he'd do very, very, very well. So the fact that we're able to get someone like that in, I think it is a statement of intent for Arsenal, because I remember when Liverpool, when we were in the Europa League and stuff, and the type of strikers we were getting, it was garbage. I mean, it was utter garbage. And let's be honest, as Liverpool fans, it was really, really bad. That period, we don't want to talk about it. We hold it, close to our hearts, but it was horrible. Now, I think what they're doing is, put it this way, I don't think Arteta's the man to take them to go and win Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. But I think he leaves the club structurally in a better place for a next manager to come in and take over. Because how it was before, it was an utter mess. It was an absolute utter mess. They were signing the likes of David Luiz, Willian. Do you know what I mean? You're talking about Chelsea rejects with Czech. They were getting like Cedric on loan. Like it was a complete mess. Whereas now it does seem as though they are trying to operate in a. They're not Liverpool, but they're trying to operate in a similar fashion. So they're trying to identify targets that kind of are joining Arsenal, but for the project. And I think they've cleared out all the dead wood and the kind of the people that weren't part of the project. So your Aubameyangs, your Lacazette's are gone now. Pepe looks like he's on his way out because he's not going to get a game. The fact that they're obviously linked with Rafinha means that they don't want a Pepe, so they're definitely going to offload him. The fact they're getting in the midfielder, there is a slow changing of the guard, and I think I was speaking on Guna Lee's channel about it as well. I think when you look at it, it's the only direction they can go in, unless they go in and Spurs, unless they adopt a kind of Spurs tactic, which is we're just going to go and buy loads of players now, with a manager that's got to win in the next 1 or 2 years, because if he don't, he's going to be out. And I'm telling you now, I think people are talking about Spurs' signings, and on paper, it looks fantastic. But if they don't win in the next 1 or 2 years, with the emergence of Newcastle, with Chelsea that are going to stabilise and come again, with Liverpool and Manchester City, as well as United, you never know what's going to happen there in the next couple of years. That if they don't win, they're in serious trouble because of the amount of money they've spent and the fact that these players are joining because of Conte, not because of Tottenham. Tottenham haven't won anything. Yeah. There's no project to join. What you're joining is an easy fix, and you've seen it. Conte went and joined Chelsea and left Chelsea after 2 years. After winning this thing, he left. And I do feel if they don't win with Spurs, they're going to be. I think Spurs are going to be in trouble. So that is that. I think from that perspective, there's a lot of hope for Arsenal in a window that you could look and be like, it's actually like
fan base ain't got the patience to have the.
Yeah, league judges. And it's a barbecue in. I mean, that's been lighting for 5 hours, and it's just there's still no food.
They need Xhaka out of that team, you know.
Ash's comment is replaced Ed with an unrecyclable plastic. That was a great.
That's the only positive for them, you know. Because the problem's noticeable from the outside, man. They can't have Xhaka in that squad anymore. Not because of his talent, because you can't trust him. The same reason that they didn't need David Luiz anymore for throwing. He was just doing wild, especially against Liverpool, bro. This man's getting himself sent off all the time. There's a big game when Xhaka plays, bro. You can trust him to get sent off, bro.
Yeah, and I think with Xhaka, I think that's why I think when you look at it, it's like, do they need another midfielder? Because I personally think when Xhaka's like, and it's with loads of players, when he's good, I think he's really good. I mean, he shows
he's a good player.
I think he's a good player. I just think the responsibility that is put on him in the Arsenal side is difficult. I think we've got echo what Mons was saying. You do need a kind of gritty, solid type of midfielder, and I think that what they're doing is they're buying midfielders to make sure that when they can get them in for pre-season, make sure they get used to the team. So in the back end of the transfer window, we might go and see a Xhaka leave, we might see a Pepe leave, and all those players might go out. And I think previous seasons, what happens is that they keep these players leave towards the back end of the window, and now the team and the fans are scrambling around. Oh, we need to get a player in. Our right wing is gone. Let's get Ronaldo. Let's get Ronaldo because he doesn't want to be there. And that's the type of signing they'll make. And I think they're trying to be a bit more strategic. So
where's Vieira playing? Where
he plays in that sort of like Odegaard position.
But he can play in that. It's very similar to Odegaard. He can play that.
That's what I'm interested to see. They're going to play them both at the same time because that's pretty good.
Yeah, I do see them doing that, to be fair. I do see them doing that, and obviously it just gives them rotation. I think Partey would be the base, won't he?
Partey would sit, Odegaard and Vieira would be there like attacking eights. He's going to try and play like, we all know what Arteta's doing. He's trying to play like Man City, but you know.
How old's Odegaard now?
23?
Still quite young.
He feels like he's been around forever, man.
Do you remember when Liverpool had him on trial when he was 16 years old?
Yeah, then he went to Madrid.
We had him, and Brendan Rodgers was like, I don't really see a player there. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Manager. On a side note, I remember there was actually a clip with Brendan Rodgers. I don't know if it was a game, but they were just analysing, saying, he's just doing his tactics, and he had the notebook out. I think someone panned over, like a fan has panned over and taken a picture of him doing that, and it was just squiggles on a notebook. Yeah. And I was like, no. It's just all appearance.
It's just doing that,
just all appearance.
I think Glenn Johnson said that he was passing him notes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's nothing there.
Yeah, he mentioned
remember envelope gates as well. Remember that on the documentary on BBC on Channel 5?
When he told Sterling off.
Envelope gate, yeah. Random. Right, with Arsenal, they go finish miles away. That's Jack. That's Man United. Now, Man United.
Oh, where do we start?
I've said this for a while now. Man United have lost their pull. They haven't got any pull anymore. They have completely lost it. It's disappeared now. Obviously, we're all Liverpool fans. We grew up in the 90s and that when United ruled the world. And let's face it, if United wanted a player, they got a player. Just they had the pull, the power, the money, everything. Now, they still got money, but that pull has slowly disappeared. When you get a defender like Martinez at Ajax, he's now apparently David Ornstein has just tweeted out that he's picking Arsenal over Man United. You know, you've got some serious problems. And it's just not like the Arsenal and Man United of the early 2000s when they're at the top going head to head. You know, this is Arsenal and Man United in 5th and 6th. You've got some what has happened at United? I mean, let's hope it happens forever. I mean, let's not get it wrong. But are United going through what Liverpool did late 90s, early 2000s? Is that cycle just come around to them now? And can you see them getting out of it anytime soon? Because, as I said, they're losing their pull. They can't buy players. De Jong don't want to go to them. Martinez rather go to Arsenal.
There's not many Sir Alex Fergusons out there. There's there, Fergie.
No.
We've for 30 years prior to us winning the league, we were in denial for a very long time in the league. And speaking from experience, a lot of us have sat here and we've been and seen some bad times for Liverpool in terms of on a football pitch and the aspirations every single season. We bigged ourselves to a point that we're like, oh yeah, we'll go again. But now the position in which we have been in for the last 5-6 years under Klopp, we were a million miles away from where we were prior Klopp. Yes, we had the odd season with Suarez and Rodgers, and obviously under Houllier when we finished second, and obviously the odd season with Rafford as well. Those times, it felt like it was a once in a blue moon. Once every 10 years, we might challenge. But the period in which we are in now is continuously challenging. But United, mate, I wish, as we spoke about, obviously Jerry mentions when Spurs have brought in Conte and the period in which we're in now as well. It's every level. We've spoke about our sporting director tonight on tonight's show, haven't we, boys? Obviously, the recruitment is a massive thing for a lot of clubs now. That's probably it has always been the biggest factor in football. Who you bring into your football club, it more or less makes you better on the pitch. And if you're winning every single week, that drastically improves your transfer budget for the season, and obviously what you can do outside of a football pitch as well, and how respected you are from a global level in terms of European level as well. So we've already mentioned the Rodgers team, that the players that we were recruiting then, I think Man United are there as well. And I think the one thing that has hindered Man United, and I think Kenny done it very well when he left Liverpool, he stepped away. Fergie's never stepped away from Manchester United Football Club. Regardless of whoever they brought in, they've always had Fergie in the stands.
He's on some Professor X thing, and just getting into people's heads. Man.
Yeah, if you go into any job or anything, you've seen like an ex-manager, you can sense them behind you, regardless of who it is. You can't do your best in whatever role, but long may it continue, boys. Happy days. But yeah, it's going to be same thing as we said. Chelsea have picked themselves up. United, I don't think they'll sign anyone, but I laughed. I don't know if you've seen it this week, boys. Was the Ten Hag video, and everyone was going mad. It's like, boys, they're passing the football. Like, it's standard.
They played a few 1-2s, and they're like, oh, this is 10 hard ball. This is 10 hard ball, because they're playing 1-2s in a pre-season training routine.
Long may it continue, mate, but it's, I can see it going on for the next 10, 15 years, but as I said, boys,
I can't.
Speaking from experience, they're a very long way off.
Yeah. But before I get a savage, like Ash has put here, like Ash has actually said, to be fair, no, they're not the same as United. We were a mess, but we didn't throw away 1.3 billion in between 90s and the 2000s. In the last 9 years, it's been 1.3 million and counting. And I think is it 6 years now since they won a trophy or something? I can't remember now, but yeah, when we was at our crappiest, and nowhere near everyone league-wise, we were still picking up trophies every now and then. So, you know, we're nowhere near winning the league in 2001, but we won 6 trophies in 6 months. You know, Ash might be right there. He might actually be right. This actually might be worse because, like Savage, they've thrown the money they've spent, they've thrown away, they've wasted. And because they've wasted all that now, teams, as I said, players are looking at them going, no, I don't feel I want to go there. I'd rather go to Arsenal. And it's not about them playing more minutes, because they should be. They believe in themselves. They're going to play for Man United every single game, but there's something wrong there. And as a Liverpool fan, we're loving it. As a Man United fan, they must be like actually worrying about it, because I don't know where this United team finishes next season, because I don't think Ten Hag is a proper manager. They ain't had one for a while, so it will be good for them for that. But I don't think he's that manager that's going to take them. You know, he's not Conte, who's gone to Spurs. You know, he's not that manager. You know, we'll get to Spurs in a minute, but Savage, your thoughts?
I think they I think they kept Solskjaer too long. Season too long. I think it makes a massive difference. Because the extra season was the pandemic season, and then after that he lost his job halfway through. I think that would have been a perfect time to get rid of him. Bringing in, there's loads of problems here, because what you just said about Man U losing their pool goes back to what I said to you about the fact that the newer age footballers, everyone's aging, and every time goes on, and the world changes, and the younger players ain't respecting history as much as they did before. They don't care, and It's nothing against it, and it's up to do. They do it. It's all around the world. Actors, hip hop, people don't respect everything before them. So now it's like, yeah. So it's like, okay, so what am I respecting about Liverpool's history, Man U's history, and that now? Like, what's going on now? That's why people go Man City and stuff like that. On top of that, the pull of the players that you'd be playing with, even just by name, if they're going to lose Ronaldo now, Pogba's gone. Bruno's only just become he's only become known over the last 2-3 seasons. Who's in their squad? Is man looking to go Man U play with Maguire, bro? Or Rashford because he's feeding kids and that, bro? It's not a serious thing, bro. It's not a serious thing, bro. Like I said to you, Jamie asked me not long ago, and I'm probably going to be wrong now because I'm thinking of it. And I said I think they might finish top 4 at it. That's because in my head, when I sit back and think of their starting lineup before any signings, I'm like, okay, dotted around the pitch, at least they have a few players who can have purple patches. Because if you think of last season, every time you think of Man U, you'll think of them playing rubbish. And then I'm like, yeah, how do you even get in the top half of the table with the way you're playing? But it's because every now and again, they started the season pretty well in it. Certain players were banging in goals. Pogba was getting assists. Ronaldo was scoring. Bruno was scoring. Rashford was okay. And then all of a sudden, it started to fall apart. And now I think it's too late. And now the pull is going to be based on managers. I think that's how it is in football now. And we've got Klopp. Man City's got Pep. You see what's happening with Arsenal. It's Arteta. So he's going to get Jesus, but that's because him and Jesus were canteen buddies at Man City. Apart from that, he wouldn't be going there. You know what I mean? That's why Rafinha ain't going to play with Arteta. Tuchel's got something behind him. He's only just won the Champions League not long ago. It's got a bit of pull there. Ten Hag's a name. And let's be honest, the Man U fans they're only carrying on bigging him up because he was coming to their squad. It's what you do, and you just back the guy, start bigging him up a little, like we did with Lucas. Like he was done, and we were still Lucas top player in that. Yeah. No, it's not. That's what happens. But I'm like, if you think of Man U's last 5 managers, I think 5, Ten Hag probably fits in the middle of them. You know what I mean? He's not better than Mourinho. He's not better than Van Gaal, but he might be better than Moyes. I don't even know yet in the Prem, and he's better than Solskjaer. So if that's what it is, then that's the reason why his pull is Ajax players. Every day I wake up is linked to Ajax players. So you're going to bring Ajax's team to the Prem. You might as well just go and sign Ziyech now and that as well. And then that's it. You see what I'm saying? And then it's just like you got Ajax with De Gea and Maguire. Okay, see what you do, bro.
It don't work.
I'm here for the demise, bro.
Yeah, it's like Jerry. So Ronaldo leaving. Ronaldo don't care about United. Like we all thought. We all knew it. We all try United fans this. You know, as soon as it don't work for you, he's off. You know, he don't love you. Come on, get over yourselves. And it just shows that, you know, he don't want to be there, so he's off. He's got 23 goals in all competitions last season. Who the hell is scoring Man United's goals next season?
I mean, that's the $1 billion question, isn't it?
Martial.
I think they're relying on pens.
Martial is back. Martial is back.
Martial, set pieces. The forgotten son, the one who got in a lot of trouble, Greenwood. He looks like he might be back. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with there. It is a mess, and I think when you look at United, I think the massive mistake that they did was I think a couple years prior to Fergie leaving, I think in football there started to be a transition, the emergence of directors of football, the emergence of structures that run a club as opposed to one individual. And what United did is they relied on Ferguson to do everything. Head of scouting, decided what players he wanted, who stayed, who left, how much anyone earned, what kit they were gonna wear. Everything was just literally a monarchy. It was just a monarchy, and he was the top of it. It was a patriarchy, and he was the top of it. Now, what you're seeing now is you're seeing the after effects of that, because every manager that's now come in, that core, the marriage between Ferguson and the Glazers and whatever owners were there, they were comfortable in, all right, well, Ferguson, Ferguson does everything. He's got all the power, and you can just decide to do whatever he wants. Now, you're seeing teams now, like I'm very confident if Pep leaves City will still do really well. Not only because of the money, but it's because of the structure of the team. Liverpool will do really well, even post-Klopp. We will do really well. Why? Because the structure behind everything is there. Yeah. Klopp's not the one saying, I want that player, this player. It's a committee. They come to him, they show him all these type of players, and he picks out of, do you know what I mean? out of a strategically kind of picked out few, and he goes, yeah, that one looks good, that one looks good. If we don't get him, I want this one. And that's how it works. United, on the other hand, they're struggling because they've tried to put a director of football in, but the marriage between Van Gaal and the Glazers doesn't work. They get in a Mourinho and they try to do, you know what, we need this. They tried to do this Moyes and tried to do that structure thing, but they saw how quickly they fell away because of obviously how United was. So they went, panic station, get Van Gaal in, because obviously he's a solid top 20 manager of all time. Let's get him in there. It's not working either. We're not competing with City, and now there's Liverpool emerging now. No, get Mourinho in now. He's going to save us. And all that's happened is, instead of just saying, you know what, and taking that hit with a Moyes, or taking that hit with, as you said, with Solskjaer and sacking him earlier, they've tried to go and just and keep throwing money at the situation and papering over cracks, essentially. And all that's happened now, everything's collapsed. And they've just been forced into saying, you know what, Ten Hag, change the structure of our club now. And the problem you've got with that as well is now you've got the chief executive running his mouth in a pub in Manchester talking about we're effed and our training ground's messed up and we've blown all the money and I don't know what to do now. And there's leaks at Old Trafford. We don't know how to fix it. We haven't got any money, and it's just a complete mess. And just to echo like what Jack was saying, they're not. Listen, it might be 5, 10, and I think with the emergence of like a Newcastle as well. I mean, when are they going to win? I mean, they might challenge and get into the top 4. That's obviously dependent on loads of factors. But when are they going to dominate the way they did? When are they going to, win a Premier League and a Champions League? That they are so far off that it's scary. I actually think Arsenal are in a better position.
Yeah, Ten Hag's got pressure on him already, man. I can hear the fans mumbling already.
Massive. I agree with that Arsenal as well. I think Arsenal are in front of Man United right now, and we're slagging Arsenal off. So that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. But yeah, breaking news. Yeah, but
mate, if that happens, social media.
Look how happy he is.
That is the best. That is the most. That's the best chess move I've ever seen by Pep, where he said, "You know what? Go to United for a year and just get adjusted to the Prem. We'll have you back anyway."
Could you imagine that happened? I mean, it'd be shit for us, but but no, United are in trouble. I just, the players they're after they've got no goal scorers. As I said, Mason, I'm not really talking about it. He shouldn't be playing for Man United ever again, in my opinion. So I'd be surprised if we see him. Rashford, I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer broke his back. Let's face it. Ollie broke his back. And he's wheelchair FC now at the moment, ain't he?
Red Cross Rashford's out here feeding everyone, man. You know the
he's Rashford. I mean, the problem Man United have got, they've been uncoached for 4 years. This is the problem. No one's coached them. These players are hungry to be coached, and in the same time, Liverpool have taken over, City have taken over. So many other teams have taken over. Now you look at apparently the De Jong thing. Apparently, Man City are favourites to buy De Jong now from Barcelona.
Don't let that happen, man. We don't want that to happen. That's a problem for everyone.
I was just looking at it while you were chatting. And just apparently Man City are now favourites to buy him. So Man United are losing their pool, and no one wants to go there. Martinez wants to go to Arsenal instead. Apparently, Arsenal are meeting him, trying to get that done next week. So they're trying to get him through the door. Yeah, United are in trouble, and long may it continue, I must say, because, this has been coming and they deserve every single bit of it. Because at the end of the day, Alex Ferguson won the last Premier League they won, which was 10 years ago now. That team was trash, but it was all down to Sir Alex Ferguson winning that league.
Was that the Van Persie season?
No. That was when, but the rest of the squad was dead.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about with United. That's why I compare it to Spurs. What they did is just go, you know what? We're really scrambling. And Alex Ferguson, to be fair, is actually the biggest issue in that. And not only because he's still in the background. He didn't prepare the team for his exit. The club just went, you know what? He's going to pick Moyes. He's in charge of who's coming in, what manager comes in. The club doesn't have any say. So Alex Ferguson gets to handpick Moyes. Do you know what I mean? He's like, Scottish. We've got a little brotherhood here. He brings him over. and you can just see he's in tatters. He's had a Van Persie that you knew was going to decline, but they bought him just for that one season. Win us the league now. Just win me the league.
I want blood. I do. I want blood. I want limbs ripped off. I'm done with them, bro. I want them out the league, bro.
Savage in the name.
Them or Everton have to go sooner or later, bro. They have to go. Bro. I've had enough of both of them, bro. Get rid of one of them.
United, when I look at it, we'll go Tottenham now. So with Spurs, now there's a lot of talk about Spurs at the moment. Spurs fans, I've never seen Spurs fans so giddy in my life. Actually, some Spurs fans are getting a bit cocky. I'm like, settle down. Just settle down. You're still Spurs.
But why you got Ben Davies in your team doing it?
Yeah. It's like, chill out a bit. But I can understand why they're getting cocky. For the first time, they're actually spending money, but they've got a quality manager in. Now, I had this discussion with someone the other day, and so they got their midfield at this moment in time is Basuma, Højbjerg, Skip.
Skip start for them, though.
Well, he just signed a new contract, so it's going to be one of their four midfielders. And Bentancur. That's their four main central midfielders. And Liverpool fans, there's some Liverpool fans worried about Spurs. And I said, I said to some, like, if Liverpool had a midfielder, Basuma, Højbjerg, Skip, and Bentancur, we'd all be fuming. We'd all be, because where's the creativity? Now, I like Basuma. Basuma's a quality player, so I'll give you that. But Højbjerg and Skip, I mean, if that was out, we'd all be fuming. We'll go, where's the creativity? Where's the creativity? Now, they got Perisic on the left-hand side, who's about 77 years old. But he will do a good job because the man runs for days. You know, you go back at look him at the man, although he's older, he's got energy, he's got great stamina. He's a bit like James. He's a Croatian James Milner. Yeah, that's what he is. He's a tremendous footballer. But Premier League's new to him. You're coming into a Premier League when you're 33, 34. You know, it's going to take a bit of him getting used to. And then you got, I think they're getting Jed Spence, ain't they, on the left, on the other side. Right. And you know, he's extremely quick, extremely, you know, he's a good player. Yeah.
I'll take his sister as well, man. But anyway, come on.
They're good players, but their backups to them are not good enough. You know, Session's all right, but I don't think he's that great. And then Doherty is not, you know, yeah. So they're not the greatest backups. And then the forward line's fantastic. I will give it Tottenham that. Could have SG, Son and Kane. It's arguably as good as it gets as a front three. Richarlison's a weird one. I'm not quite sure on Richarlison. I don't know why everyone rates Richarlison as a manager. I have never got this at all about Richarlison.
Don't get me started on Richarlison, Jack.
Oh, I know you love it. I know you love him, Jack. It's just, I just don't. I think why the hype is about Spurs is because of the manager. And this is where Arsenal, about like you were saying, Jerry, with the Arsenal problem, and Jack, you were saying, sorry, Jack, about the Arsenal problem is the manager. And Tottenham, yes, they're buying decent players, but not players that you think are going to put in a title challenge. But because of the manager that's in charge of them, he's known to do this sort of thing. He gets players in. Look what he did in Milan. He got Ashley Young in, for goodness sake, and they won a league title. So he did it at Chelsea.
Victor Moses, was it?
Victor Moses played all season at wing back. You know, looked fantastic. You know, and he can do this. He can do this. So I understand the hype, but I think it's a little over the top, Jack. I don't know how you feel.
Yes and no. But as I said before, mate, off the back of what I was speaking about Arsenal, the thing, he's a very good manager tactically, and that Spurs game back end of the season, that gave me PTSD. Probably one of the worst games of football I've seen. Yeah. Like, it frustrates the hell out of me. And if Conte can get that quite right, heavily reliant on Son and Kane being fit, it's just such very good footballers. You can't take that away from them, really. I don't know where Richarlison's going to play. Right wing back or something. He's probably going to shit himself when Conte puts him out wide, right? Richarlison, and obviously Kulusevski, probably a very good signing. Have you signed him on a 4-3, or is he?
He's on a 2-year. I think it's a 2-year loan.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting. I'm intrigued with Tottenham. I think with Chelsea and Spurs, they promised, especially Chelsea last year, they promised a lot, but they didn't deliver the back end of the season. Yeah. And it'd be intriguing to see how Spurs do start. But if you get into, like, say, January and a couple of points off Liverpool and City. Fair play to them. I'd be intrigued. And hopefully, if it comes down to Spurs taking points off, and hopefully a top 4 and a top 6 teams do their job against City, ideally for us, it'd help us. Then
Spurs did as well, didn't they, last season?
Yeah, even Crystal Palace as well. But it was. I'm intrigued. I'm not on the Spurs train, but I am on it. But it'll probably tail off three months into the season. Yeah.
I think Spurs finished top 4 comfortably. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think they finished top 4 comfortably. Jerry, I'll go to you first because I know you've got to leave, so I'll let you have your say.
I think with Spurs, echoing just what Jack said. I mean, I am on it, but I'm not. And what I mean by that is I do feel that their signings are really good because you can see the plan from the manager. You can see he's gone, you know what? I'm going to put a wing back there. Why? Why Perisic? Because he can play further forward and he can play as a wing back. That gives us more depth. We haven't lost Sessegnon and we still got, the rest of them. You've got Doherty, Davies, all these random players that are still there. So in terms of, when they're playing loads and loads of games, especially in the World Cup, they're going to have depth in their squad. You look at Richarlison, although I'm not his biggest fan, what he does give them is that grit, and especially in a World Cup year where for Brazilians playing in a World Cup and playing for Brazil is a massive thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts, maybe not even in terms of getting goals, but he starts like a bush on fire. And what I mean by that, he's going to be at people, he's going to be pressing, he's going to give them something that team doesn't have, because we know about Spurs when the chips are down, they do falter. And I think one thing I've got to go and give Richarlison is that even in that, that whole relegation, madness, he was still, fighting, gritting around, and you could see he did have that connection with the Everton fans. So if he can bring that to Tottenham, I think it does give them that kind of edge. And I think Conte behind that, he lacks that type of player. He lacks a player that's going to get under people's skin and, ruffle up some of the feathers and make it more difficult for a City, a Liverpool, and that type of thing. I don't think they go and win the Premier League or win the Champions League like some of these Spurs fans are talking, not at all. But what they do is get into the top 4 again, which obviously stabilizes that club a bit. And it means they're more of a threat to us as a club. So in the 6 points that we're fighting for, if they take off 3 points, that could be a massive difference, because we've seen when we come up against City, we're losing by 1, 2, 3 points. So I think those margins are really, really key for obviously like within the season. But yeah, I think that's where it kind of lies with Spurs, I think, because I think, as I said, they've got to win this upcoming season or next season. If they don't do that, Conte is gone. He's not going to stay around and do a Klopp or do a Pep, where he's, or Wenger, where he's here for numerous years and he builds something. Conte doesn't build. He just comes, creates whips up something in the kitchen that can feed the family of 5 and then just says, anyway, I'm out, and he's out. So
yeah, I agree. Jerry, thanks for coming in, my friend. It's always a pleasure.
No worries. Thank you for
let everyone know where they can find you at, my man.
Guys, find me on the Jerry James Show on YouTube, where we kind of just chop up everything to do with Liverpool. We focus a lot on tactics, but also kind of reviews, and we do go kind of against the grain kind of questions. So I do play devil's advocate a lot. If you like to see that type of stuff, then obviously just check us out on Twitter as well. So I'm at the Jerry James Show, and hopefully be on Jamie Phillips' show, and I'm on the Big Six Bants as well. And please check out Klopp Zone, because I'm part of that kind of committee. They do a lot of kind of Liverpool graphics, and we focus on a lot of kind of kids content, and it's really, really cool. So yeah, that's about it, guys.
Yeah, my friend.
With obviously Jamie, Jack, really nice streaming with you, man. Really, really knowledgeable. So it's the first time I've already subscribed to you, so look forward to seeing some of your content. And Hugo, I've been seeing your wrestling stuff, and it's crazy. It's crazy. You're getting me back into it again. The Roman Reigns.
Yeah, man. Everyone look out, man, because I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna start doing some historic wrestling stuff, and I know everyone grew up on wrestling. Let's throw everyone in, bro. So I'll talk some attitude there and stuff, and yeah,
that'd be good, man. Everyone in the chat, make sure you get the likes for obviously all of these people, man. Hugo, Jack, Jamie, everyone. Big up. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much, Derek.
Word up, man.
So, guys, you know what we got to do? Go and subscribe to the Jerry James Show. Nice, easy one. Just put Jerry James Show in your search bar and go and subscribe to him. He's a good fella. Oh, guys. I think that was a good show. I think we're going to end it there as well, because, Money in the Bank's in 2 hours, and I think Savage might need the rest. Because you going live tonight?
Yeah, I am, man.
So you can have a little.
I'll schedule it after this, man. So about 20 minutes after this, the schedule will be up for.
There you go, guys. So everyone knows. And Anna is in the house. Anna, massive
Come on,
Spurs
Anna.
fan, big up Anna, all the way from Savage's channel as well. Also subscribed
Nice.
here, but yeah, big Spurs fan. Guys, thanks here very much. Everyone came in. Jack, my man, it's been a while. We ain't spoke for a while till today, Jack. So
yeah, no. Thank you very much for having me on, mate. As I said, really do appreciate it. Great to speak to Savage and the lads as well, Mons and Jerry. We're just all one big family, and I appreciate you having me on, mate. Really do. And everyone in chat, yeah. But yeah, I usually do my streams at around 6 p.m. Most days anyway. But we got a lot of shows planned. I think all of us on everyone's channel, so we'll be getting his on, boys. And thank you for let me come on, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Yeah, man. Echo that, Jamie, man. You already know, bro. Love every time, man. You know, I love being on, man. So, yeah, bro.
Yeah, and of course you can see the co-host himself every Tuesday night on the channel, guys, on the call-in show, which I said is like both of them so far have been so successful. So
yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun.
It's a good Tuesday night, and yeah, we're also, me and Savage also looking to do that nostalgia that video.
Dope,
Jack, I don't know if you saw it. We did a video about a week or so ago, and it started off Liverpool talk for an hour. I mean, we just went completely off topic.
Yeah, it went full dream team and band and that.
Yeah, we just started talking about everything nostalgia in the late 90s, 2000s, and stuff like that. And
that's the best thing, isn't it? Yes,
just got involved, and you know, like. Someone came in about an hour in after we were talking about which nostalgia thing. I went and we came in and I thought this was a Liverpool channel.
That's
great stuff.
What time are you live, Savage, tonight? Is it?
What time is it? Midnight or 1 a.m.
Starts at 1, so I'll probably go live at 12:30 or 1:45, man. That kickoff show kills me, man. So
the day with new matches on the kickoff show no more. It's just
I am happy about today's card though, because at least it's all title matches and then 2 Money in the Bank, so I'm all right with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, I might watch
it.
So well,
what I'll do is I'll put if people can't make the stream, and when the stream's done, I'll chop it up and then I'll put it up on the channel. So everyone can see the reactions and that. Then
big up Anna as well. Big up Anna. Thank you very much. Big up Eunice as well. Jamie, I love the Autumn Foursome panel. Never miss your live video and chats. Go join in with your live video and chats all the way from South Africa soon.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Touching everyone over the world, man. You know,
that's what we want, ain't it? That's what I love about this game. You know, we talk to people all over the world.
Have you checked your analytics, Jay, and seen where people are from?
I haven't actually. I haven't yet. I did it a while ago.
When you check that out.
Yeah,
it is amazing. It's
people ran like it's mad. It's mad. It makes you feel so good as well, don't it? When you see it, and like. Especially when people are watching like at 3 a.m. and things like that, their time, and it's just the mad dedication. I absolutely love it. But guys, as you know, on this channel, things might go be changing after Monday because Penny goes in for her surgery Monday. So I'll be live again tomorrow. Be off on Monday. I'll be back on Tuesday with Savage for our calling show, and then after that, for the next 6 weeks, all my videos will be evening shows because that's what I've got. The other two I've got to look after. So once I put them to bed, put them asleep, I can do some videos. So look out for evening shows after Monday onwards, guys, for the next 6 weeks, and then it'll be back to normal. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Appreciate everyone coming on. Thank you very much, everyone in the chat and everyone who updated their membership as well. I appreciate love. Till tomorrow, sleep well.
Guys, Jack, Jay,
good night.